Welcome to the video presentation of the instruction manual for NL720 series rotating lasers. The lasers are offered with a red beam, NL720R, and the green beam, NL720G. However, the operation of the equipment is identical. The presentation will be made with the use of the 720R model. The laser is very well protected. Therefore, the top of the body features the metal reinforced housing. The upper part of the housing has the sight used for grade axis alignment. Here we can also find the information about the axis grade values and the direction of the slope. In other words, a given x-axis or y-axis has a positive, plus, or negative, minus value. This information is necessary to set the direction of the slope. The equipment is operated with a clear menu with keys, and all parameters are also shown on the display. Below, there is a holder for a lithium-ion battery with the capacity of 5000 mAh. The battery has to be charged before the first use. For this purpose, we open the charging connector slot and we charge the battery with the use of the supplied charger until it is fully charged. The housing has two tripod threads. At the bottom when working with the horizontal plane, and on its side when working with the vertical plane. And we place it appropriately in this or this way. This equipment is supplied with a number of accessories, in other words, a laser sensor with digital display and other accessories which will be described in detail in a minute. The laser is operated with the use of the clear menu. In order to turn on the laser, press the power switch. The equipment performs auto-leveling. The leveling icon is displayed. Soon after that, the head starts rotating at a speed of 800 RPM. The display also shows the battery remaining icon and radio connection icon. In order to change the rotation speed, use the button to change the rotation speed. Switch it in the scope of 0, 100, 300, 600, and 800 RPM. The faster the head rotates, the further the distance of operation is. It also works with the machine control systems. The scanning key gives the possibility of narrowing the beam to a set angle. And in this case, we can select 10, 45, 90, and 180 degrees. This function makes it possible to generate the lines only and exclusively in the scope selected by us. In order to switch the scanning place along its axis, use the left arrow key or the right arrow key. After pressing the rotation speed key once again, the laser starts rotating with the speed of 800 RPM. The electronic compensator installed in the equipment effectively manages the vibrations on the sight. If the equipment is shaken more intensively, as I am showing now, the device stops its operation and auto-levels again. It may happen, for example, in strong wind conditions. And what happens when we have to work in unstable terrain, for example, sticky mud? It is recommended to apply the tilt sensor in such a case. The tilt sensor protects against considerable vibrations or sinking lower into the ground. In such a case, when the laser changes its position, it may mean that its measurements are incorrect. Therefore, when the tilt sensor is used and larger vibrations occur, the equipment stops working and does not restart. It is necessary to turn off and turn on the equipment, which then performs auto-leveling. When working with slopes or grades, we use the manual mode key. After pressing this key, the grade icon displays. It means that this mode makes it possible to tilt the plane without the activation of the compensator because it is deactivated. Therefore, we can tilt the plane with the left, right, up, down arrow keys. The head shows the directions of the slope with relevant plus or minus information. It can be used to tilt the X or Y plane with the set grade. In this case, We press the arrow key and the X icon displays. When it flashes, the plane is tilted. The same happens for the Y plane. Depending on the required direction of the slope, I will show it once again. In this case, we tilt it in the X-axis direction. While when we press this key, we tilt it perpendicularly in the Y-axis. To exit the manual grade setting mode, press the manual mode key again. The equipment performs calibration and restarts. The NL720 and 740 rotating lasers are equipped with digital sensors, which means that the difference in heights is shown as numbers. In order to switch on the sensor, use the power switch. Then, we turn on the backlight of the display through long press of the display backlight key. If this key is pressed shortly, we can change the measurement units. In this case, we are interested in millimeters. We can also change the volume of the buzzer sound. We can set it to be more or less intense. We can change the operation accuracy. In other words, set the accuracy in the range of 1 mm, 5 and 10 mm. In this case, I set it to 1 mm. The difference in heights is presented as numbers. The values displayed in the right upper corner of the display inform the operator about the height of the laser beam. In order to switch on the auto alignment function, this key should be pressed as long as the auto alignment icons appear on the right side of the display. The laser automatically recognizes the sensor, and therefore the sensor should be positioned in the direction of the laser beam so that the grade axis is shown in the right upper corner. After that, the laser level knows the direction it should tilt. After that, press shortly the A key, and the auto alignment function starts scanning until it is aligned with the plane. In other words, the beam is aligned with the center of the sensor. After the alignment is achieved, the auto alignment icon stops flashing. The laser is aligned with the central point of the sensor. In order to exit the auto-scanning function, long press the A key once again. The laser level stops and resets to the level from before the auto-alignment. The alignment of the vertical plane should be performed in the same manner. What is important in this case is that the laser level should be placed on its side. The NL720 laser levels have an integrated radio. The radio enables the communication between the sensor and the laser, and it also gives the possibility of the remote radio control with the remote controller. At this point, I would like to show how the sensor and the remote controller are paired. Before the sale, those devices are paired. Yet it may be necessary to pair them once again, and therefore we should know how to do that. With the laser level switched on, long press the power switch on the laser level until the radio icon starts flashing. At the same time, with the sensor switched on, long press the Operation Accuracy Mode key on the sensor until the sensor generates the sound. After that, turn off and turn on again both devices. They are paired. For pairing of remote controllers, perform the identical procedure. With both devices switched on, press the power switch for several seconds until the radio icon on the laser display starts flashing, and long press the power switch on the remote controller at the same time. After that, turn off and turn on again both devices. They are paired. The accessories also include laser goggles, which improve the visibility of the laser beam in some conditions. They are not protective goggles, because the laser level is equipped with a class laser which is safe for your eyes. We can also use the construction target. The target aligns the element of work with the horizontal or vertical plane generated by the laser. This special scale is used for this purpose. The NL720 laser levels are verified and calibrated before the sale. However, during their use, checking them and submitting the equipment for maintenance service at least once a year is recommended. It means that the service center will perform the required calibration, which guarantees the effective and correct measurements for many years.